Hi everyone. Well, this is a video explanation on how we will work in this review guide. So this is a review of the topics that we have already been studying in the classroom. So as you can see here, we have, as always, the objectives. Then we have this table. Right here, you have an explanation on the grammar that we saw the first lesson. So in the GTA 1, you will find this information more developed. By the way, here we have subjects. We have a simple positive sentence, negative sentence, and just no questions. This is a resume. So here we have, for example, I, you, we, and they. Then we have he, she, and it. Remember that for plurals, when you are writing a positive sentence, you don't add anything to the verb. For negative, you use don't. Like you remember that we were doing some practice at the beginning of the class. We would say, I don't like soccer. So that was what you were saying. I was asking you, do you like soccer? And you told me, yes, I like. No, I don't like. So remember that for these subjects, you use don't in the negative sense. And for the verbs, you add nothing. But what happened with he, she, and it? These are called singulars, third person singular. So look at this. He will say likes, plays, goes. So as you can notice, we're adding an S, right? A S right here at the end of the verb. So we say she likes, he plays, it goes. And for the negative, well, we have another difference here. We're not saying don't, we say doesn't. We use doesn't. This is a contraction. So she doesn't like soccer. And for a question, well, look at this. For plurals, we have two, right? So we use two plus the subject. And then we have the verb. Nothing changes with the verb. Okay, but for these plurals, for these subjects. Now, with the singular, we have thus. Look at the difference, right? We are not using you, but thus. Does she like soccer? And notice, we didn't use any S right here. We didn't add the S. Why? Because we are using does, and it already states that this question is in the simple present. So as you can see here, we have some practice. We have number 1, 2, 3, and 4. What you would do is to use these elements. We have like, we have baseball, friends, and my. So you're going to fix the order. What's the first element? The subject, right? In a sentence. So we need a subject plus a verb plus the complement. Remember? We saw this in classes. So in case you don't remember, you just go over the guides, you go over your notes, and you review the information so you fix these sentences. So for example, you would say my friends, that's the subject, right? It's the same as saying they. So you would say my friends, they like baseball, right? So that's an example of how you're going to solve that exercise, like baseball. That this is just an explanation. So you will continue with the others. Now, for the second part, part B, we have to choose to write a circle depending on the auxiliary or verb that we can use. Pay attention to this. We have a question right here. We have a question mark. So you go back, review the table, the information, and with that information, you can make a decision. So if we have she, what do we use? Do or does? In that way, you choose the answer, right? In this case, it is does. Does she like to go out? And it is the same for the other 4 sentences and questions that we have here. Now, for activity number 2, we have a reading, Jared's blog. She will read what Jared has to say. He's 12 years old and he lives in New Jersey. So he talks about sports. He talks about his mother. Then he talks about his sister. He also mentions his dad, right? So those are the members of his family. So based on the reading, you will answer the questions below. And you have here Jared, Jared's mom, Jared's sister, and Jared's dad. So who loves sports? Well, you go back. Remember that we saw this type of questions. So you already know the meaning of who in a question. So remember that who is for people. So you go back and you check who loves sports. Depending on the answer, you choose any of these ones and you wrote it right here in these spaces. Now listening, this is the activity 3. This is a listening exercise. So you would listen to an audio. Remember to click here, and you will find the audio available. Here you have the some words with the ones you will complete these text right here, the listening exercise. So remember, the first time you listen to the audio, you write a check on the words that you can listen to. So you listen to the audio, you recognize if you are able to listen to these words, and then you listen for the second time and you fill the empty spaces with the words below, right? That's what you have to do. Okay, so depending on what you listen to, you can write the answer. That's just an example. Okay, then we have activity 4, grammar review on what? Like, want, and would like. If you go over the guides that I have been giving you, you will find this information. But here we have a little table with just basic information that you need. So remember, like, to enjoy. So you say, I like to play soccer, or I like playing soccer. Remember that both options are correct. We saw this in the classroom. You can use to play or playing, right? Then we have want. I want to play. This is the infinitive. So you can say, I want to play soccer. That's a desire. And would like, it's like saying I want, but in a more formal way. Remember that we saw this in a lesson. I recorded a video and I sent it to you. So you can say, I would like to play soccer, right? So based on that information, you would create your own sentences using like, want, and would like. So you can change this. You can say, I like, well, I wrote an example. I like to play cricket, but you can say, I like to dance, and that's good. Or I like to stay at home, right? And that was that's what you can write in the box below. Right here, you would write your own sentences. You have to write 10 sentences. And remember to start with a capital letter and to end in period. It's very important to end in period, okay? So I hope it's clear for you, and hope I can see you soon. Okay, stay safe, take care, and thanks for coming and seeing the video. If there are some doubts or questions, you can text me.